everybody, and welcome to another episode of Adventures with Andi. Today we're going to be using these dye stocks to dye this skein of yarn for two reasons. One, we've only got a little bit of some of these colors left. Some of them are ones that we used that we mixed up specifically for dyeing our Ode to Autumn colorways, but also because I really want to try using this particular yarn. This is KnitPicks Eco Superwash fingering weight yarn, and I bought a bunch of this during their November sale this year. Depending on when I'm airing this, it could be last year, but November 2022. I bought a bunch of this because when I read the description, I was like, yes, I want to support that kind of a practice. Now, the basics about this is a fingering weight yarn. It is 70% superwash fine Highland alpaca, 30% nylon, okay? It is 100 grams, 398 yards. But what really grabbed my attention with this yarn is that, and I'm reading this from the KnitPicks website, it is Oekotex, Blue Sign, and REACH approved. And it uses a new kind of superwash process that is eco-friendly, or at least more eco-friendly. This is what they say about it. From the KnitPicks website, this yarn's rugged washability and easy dyeability is thanks to a brand new superwash process. No chlorine, resins, sulfuric acid, or harmful chemicals were used in processing this yarn, which means that it's keeping the waterways clear and healthy. The best part, this yarn is Oekotex, Blue Sign, and REACH approved. So I definitely wanted to try this yarn because I want to support that kind of green initiative. I'm really big on eco-friendly things and trying to do everything that we can to help our environment, because this is the only planet we have, but at the same time we've got to live our lives too, so we've got to get that balance. So I picked up 10 skeins of this during the big sale this year. Because even though it's more expensive, we've got the privilege that we can afford to buy a more expensive yarn that is more environmentally friendly. So as long as it dyes as good as the other stuff, yeah, we'll do that. So today we're going to try this one.
Okay.
Dots. He's just standing over here very quiet while I ramble on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Curious to see how this turns out compared to another yarn.
Yeah. I suppose technically, if I was doing this like a real comparison, I would grab like a skein of Swish or Stroll. I think we can tell just by dyeing this how it's going to turn out. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this works and how it turns out. So y'all come on in and we will get this set up to dye this yarn. All right, so after much discussion, we've decided that what we're going to do is we're going to do peekaboo stripes. That's something I've not done in like 2 years. It was one of the first videos I ever did on this channel, was peekaboo stripes. And basically what that is you have one small section of the skein where you've got, one or more colors there, and then the rest of it is one solid color. So as you knit it up, you've just got these little bits of color that show up, every once in a while. They just sort of peek out the main color. The colors that we picked for the base color, which is going to be about 75% of the skein, we're going to use Dharma's Intense Iris. For the stripes, we're going to use Jacquard Fire Red, Jacquard Bright Yellow, our custom green mix, and Jacquard Turquoise. And we're going to paint them on with foam brushes. I've got a brush. Chad, do you have a brush?
We've got many brushes.
Now, each of these colors, we took 10 milliliters of our 1% dye stock of that color and put it in these bowls and just add a little bit of water just to top it off to help it spread. We soaked the skein in some water with a half a teaspoon of citric acid. It's soaked for probably about a half an hour. I would say room temperature water, except we're out in the garage and it's December and it's cold. So cold temperature water. This tie right here is our halfway point, and we're just going to go to about right here. So it'll be 2 colors on this side, 2 colors on this side, and we did decide on the order of the red, the yellow, the green, and the blue. So grab a color, grab a foam brush, Chad, and let's hand paint some stripes.
I'll start with the red.
Okay, I'm going to start with the green. Definitely need to flip, I think. So I am going to very carefully pick these up. If you want to clean all of that up with the yarn mop.
Gonna need a bigger mop. No, looks like we're getting it.
Okay.
How's that?
All right. And then just go ahead and whoa.
Go ahead and what?
I'm not being careful enough. All right, there we go.
So, down there for the moment.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Okay. Hey, this is art, not science, people. It is art, not science. Right? Okay.
So you want to do the red and the yellow this time?
I'll do the red and the yellow. You do the turquoise and the green.
Okay.
Looks like we got color all the way through. So we're just going to let this sit here for a minute. While we set up for dyeing the purple part of this. And that'll give it a little bit more time for these colors to soak in before I pick this up and the dye goes everywhere.
Oh, a little bit of citric acid in there. Hopefully there's some striking.
Hopefully, and there's a superwash, but you know, it's a new method of superwash, so who knows how it's going to work. Okay, so we've got our stripes painted on. Chad's over there going, I'm like, what? What's the matter, Chad?
They're painted on.
Yeah, what color are your hands, Chad?
Turquoise. Yeah, they bled a little, but they rain.
Yeah, that's okay. Now we're ready to do the purple part, our intense iris. So we've got some water here in our crock pot. It is hot. We heated it up with our kettle. And I just put 10 milliliters of the intense iris in there. That should hopefully be good. It says it's intense, right?
It is.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put 1 teaspoon of citric acid in here. And this is a 1/4 teaspoon scoop, so that's 1 teaspoon, not 4. I'm just going to use the syringe that we got the intense iris out with to stir it up. See how dark that color is.
That's intense.
That's intense. All right. And yes, as Chad mentioned, we do have some color that ran down from our stripes into the portion that's going to be the intense iris. That happened when I picked up the yarn because the dye was spreading all over the place and I didn't want to use the yellow, didn't want to lose the yellow. But that's okay, it'll be fine.
And to give you an idea for another dye.
It did. It really did. Okay. And now I'm just going to dip this in. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm not necessarily wanting to dip dye this so that we have a gradient of the purple. It's just I don't want to dunk the stripes in there and lose them. I'm trying not to lose anything. So I can't just drop it in there.
Because then you just be over dyeing the colors that you already put on there.
Yeah, and we don't want to do that.
Exhausted.
Oh yeah, that's, I mean, there's, I can see it over here on the white of the table. There's just the faintest little hint of purple. So, I'm gonna lay that in there. I'm gonna very carefully lay our stripe sections in here because it does need to get in that hot water in order to set. But I don't want the colors to bleed if I can avoid it. So,
I want to agitate it then?
Yeah, I don't. But oh my God, that is so pretty. That right there, that is just such a beautiful shot right there. All right, I'm going to put the lid on this. And we're just going to let this sit here and set for at least 15 minutes. And then I will go wash it and rinse it. Nose watch and show you what we got. Right?
That's right.
And here's our finished yarn.
That looks pretty good.
I really like this, y'all. It's so pretty. The colors are really soft. And especially this rainbow portion up here. It's very pastel, but I really do like it.
Normally you're not a fan of pastels.
I like vibrant, highly saturated colors more, but this just works so well. It's just so, it's so soft. The colors are soft. The yarn is, oh my God, so soft, y'all. You feel it?
I do.
It's really pretty. I really like this. And you know, I'm a huge fan of Peekaboo stripes, especially Peekaboo rainbow stripes. And yeah, that's just, and I'm a big fan of purple too.
Yep, you do like the purple.
I do like the purple. Yes, I do. What do you think of it?
I think it's very pretty.
Yeah. I think the colors down here, let me rearrange this so that you can see. There we go. There we go. That's a good way to see it. Like this. Yeah. We did lose our blue, mostly. It would have been here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm okay with that.
But you did kind of get that halo effect that you talked about with the blue on the outside of some of the yarn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we've got our orange here. We got a little bit that might look a little bit muddy, but you know what? I don't think it's as noticeable as all of that. And there's this really nice gradation. Everything blended together really well. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I like this purple too. I know I just keep talking about how much I like it, but you know what I do? I really do like it.
Gonna do a whole skein of just the purple?
I might sometime. But the question is, how does it work up? It works up like this.
The striping is very nice.
Yeah, you can see we've got the purple in the background, and then we've got these little peekaboo rainbow stripes. And this is 30 by 30. And you can see they actually move around a bit. It's not just one straight line of them. And you can see between the stripes, we've got like 2.5 to 3 rows of purple each time. And mathematically, that matches up with how we dyed the skein of yarn, where we've got this quarter of it here that's got the rainbow, and then 3/4 of it down here that's the solid purple. So that matches up exactly with how it's knit up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, depending on how big of a piece that you're working with, though, when you're working this up, that's going to change exactly how those stripes work out. For example, this is a heart cushion that I knitted from the Peekaboo rainbow yarn that we dyed way back long ago. And you can see that, you know, the stripes, we've got some where it's multiple on one row, and sometimes they bunch up, sometimes they've got big areas where there aren't any, and that's just because of how different things work up on different scales. There's the other side of it. And yes, I ran out, so I used different yarn to finish it off with. Those are the clouds with the sun coming through after the rain.
There you go.
Yes. You can tell I use this a lot. It's getting a little fuzzy. Anyway, I hope y'all had a wonderful time dyeing this yarn with us. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Give the video a like. That really does help the channel. And drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of it. What other colors do you think would be fun to do for peekaboo stripes like this? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that now and turn on notifications so you never miss anything that we do here. And we will see you on our next adventure. Bye, everybody. Say bye, Chad.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.